Healthy Nation really is all about finding a qualified audience. We're looking at a world landscape where health has become one of the #1 issues that consumers care about. In fact, a lot of people say health is the new green. As you look at health audiences, you're looking for qualified audiences. You're looking for a diabetic who's maybe diagnosed but not treating their condition. You're looking for someone who has heart problems, maybe someone who's already had a heart attack and is trying to stay healthier. So it's really all about qualification, looking for consumers that are both motivated and interested, or looking for consumers who are not motivated for whatever reason, and you're trying to move them into a state of motivation. So when you can find those audiences, we believe that pre-rolls really aren't always the most effective tool. Really when you're dealing with qualified audiences, the advertiser actually has more time to interact. So in kind of dumbing things down to a 5-second, 10-second pre-roll environment, when we've already qualified an audience that we know is interested in diabetic type of information, or is in a certain motivational state that they already want to be healthier, we actually have more time to send a deeper message. And our advertising clients take advantage of that time. In fact, we ran a comparison between our own completion rates on advertiser-supplied content compared with a TubeMogul study, which they did a couple months ago against the top 100 campaigns in online video. And in that study, when we compared our completion rates relative to ads that were above 30 seconds and between a minute and a half, and ads that were above a minute and a half, our completion rates in those respective categories were 2x and 3x higher. So we get anywhere between a 50% and a 75% completion rate on user-selected advertising.
Let me ask you about sort of the secret sauce or your strategy about syndicating amongst a finite group of syndication partners, and what the relationship is with those syndication partners to make it successful.
Well, the secret sauce is pretty simple. It's really just figuring out, what's a win-win relationship between yourself and your partners. I think that, a lot of companies out there are really kind of in a race to the bottom, where you're really trying to over-syndicate your content, or perhaps you're a middleman between content providers and publishers. And I think, there are going to be a few that win that game, and it's a high volume, low value game. And that's fine. There's going to be players in that space. That's not the space that we're playing in. We're playing in a high value, premium relationship space where we want high value brands to partner with us, to build content opportunities that we can distribute to high value partners. Today those partners include companies like Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, companies like US News and World Report and Yahoo. And really for us, it's all about strengthening those relationships rather than trying to be all things to all people, and trying to have 1,000 partners that that know us and we're okay with, versus having 50, 100 partners that love us. That's really, I think, the value that we're trying to build in the marketplace. So the secret sauce is really just building strong relationships and asking questions and making sure we're supporting our partners.
For type 1 diabetics, their bodies don't create any, or at least not enough, insulin to regulate sugars. This is why diabetics can develop extremely high levels of glucose in the blood.